What's going on, guys? BTS here with another episode of Best Classes, a series in which I go over a certain gun and a class that I personally think works best for that gun. And today, in this episode, we're not actually going over a gun, though it does shoot something, but it shoots knives. Yes, that's right, it is the Diamond Ballistic Knife, and man, I am terrible with this thing, so I want to start off by saying this is not in any way a ballistic knife only gameplay. I do not have the skill or the blood pressure to try and win a free-for-all using just the ballistic knife. So I do have a primary weapon on this class, which personally I feel is the best way to use the ballistic knife. It works best in close quarters, so trying to use it as a primary really will not work out too well. Some people can do it, I'm not sure how, but I absolutely cannot, and I feel like most of the people that watch my videos would agree with me that you definitely do not want to use this thing as a primary because it will not work out. You will get those, few lucky long shots that make you feel all good and warm and fuzzy inside, but those are rare. You seem to rarely ever get those, so definitely stick with a primary on this class. Now, speaking of the class, let's get right into the class that I'm using for the Diamond Ballistic Knife. And I do have a primary on here. I have a Chickum CQB with stock, but feel free to use whatever primary you feel you're best with, along with whatever attachment you feel works best with you. Personally, I just like the Chickum a lot. It's one of my favorite, weapons in this game. And then, of course, I'm always going to have stock in there just so I can strafe. And that's just my personal preference. Feel free to use whatever it is you want. Though the perks, I definitely suggest you use these perks when trying to use the ballistic knife. I have lightweight and hardline. I have lightweight not so I can get to choke points as soon as possible, but so I can run away when I need to. I seem to do that quite a bit when I have the ballistic knife. I'll fire off all my shots, most likely miss all of them, and then try to get cover so then I don't get killed. And having lightweight allows me to get to that cover as quickly as possible. And then I also have hardline, so then I can get my UAV, my counter UAV, and my hunter killer. It's UAV, hunter killer, counter UAV in that order as soon as possible. I want it to take as few kills as possible to get those score streaks up in the air, because having up a UAV when trying to use the ballistic knife is an absolute necessity, and you need it because it will help you so much. Next up, for my tier 2 perks, I have toughness and scavenger. Toughness is pretty self-explanatory. I want less flinch when I get shot, so toughness is pretty much always there. And then I also have on scavenger, so then after I shoot off all the blades from my ballistic knife, I can just grab one of those handy dandy backpacks, and then I have all my knife packs, and I'm good to go. Next up, I have dexterity, which is again another base perk in this game that if you're not using it, you're basically doing it wrong. You want to always use dexterity, especially when you're gipping yourself with the ballistic knife, because it does put you at so much of a disadvantage. Now, if you are trying to get the ballistic knife gold, I can make a very good suggestion on how to do it. I forget which party game it is. I believe it's Sticks and Stones, where you can use a ballistic knife, a crossbow, and a tomahawk. Go play that game type, and after playing it for about a day, you'll most likely have it gold. I know it sounds crazy, but it really does work, because when everybody is using things like the crossbow or the ballistic knife, it puts them at just as much of a disadvantage as you and makes it more of an even playing field, and it's a lot less frustrating, believe me, and it actually is more fun. So go play party games when you're trying to get things like the ballistic knife or the crossbow gold, because it really does work. Now, anyways, go into free-for-all, play 3 to 5 games, use this class, and then post your best scores in the comments section below. I want to see if you guys are any good with this ballistic knife, because I am absolutely garbage. And now when I say play 3 to 5 games, I mean actually use the ballistic knife. I tried to use it as much as I possibly can in this gameplay, and I expect you guys to do the same thing. Anyways, I'm BTS. A like would be appreciated, and until next time, stay creative, guys.